Hello, my name is Paul Miners and welcome back to another one of our Pipedrive training videos. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of the security features inside of Pipedrive. Now, this video is really intended for people who are either brand new to Pipedrive, maybe you're exploring Pipedrive as your CRM and you'd like to see if it's a good fit from a security standpoint, or number two, maybe you're already using Pipedrive and you'd like to see what features are available to make your account more secure. Either way, I'll be giving you an overview of those security features in this video. If you have any questions after the video, feel free to leave me a comment below. And if you would like one-on-one help with setting up or optimizing Pipedrive for your business, automating your sales process, or even just training your team on the best practices, then click the link in the description below to book a complimentary introductory call with our team to learn more about our Pipedrive support and training options. So let's get into this video. Now, to kick things off, firstly, I'm going to show you the user visibility and permission settings. Secondly, I'm going to show you some general security features. And number three, we will be taking a look at the security center inside of Pipedrive. Feel free to use the chapter markers to skip ahead anywhere in this video. To customize user permissions and visibility, you're going to want to navigate to the Manage Users section in your settings, and this will require you to be an administrator of the account. From here, this page is where you can invite new users to Pipedrive. And along the top, we have this tab for permission sets. And on this screen, this is where we can customize the permissions. In other words, what types of things we want to allow people to do related to deals, campaigns, projects, or even just global features within the account. And what we can do here is we can create different permission sets for different types of users. Now, your account will come with an admin group. Naturally, admins are allowed to do everything. And you can't actually change these permissions, but you can just visually go and have a look and you can see what types of things are administrators allowed to do. So we can see, for example, here, admins can set up new custom fields in the account. They can edit fields. They can delete fields. Related to visibility, they can see all company and user statistics and reports. They can delete data. They can access the API. So naturally, you do want to be selective and careful about who in your account you nominate to be an administrator, because they're going to have permission to do everything. So you don't want to have too many people as administrators. And then you can have I've got a group here for just regular users, and this is where we can customize what permissions we want to give our regular users in the account. So if I edit this, I can say, right, for these regular users here, I can choose if I want to give them the ability to set up new fields or edit existing fields or maybe delete those fields. But in my case, I'd rather leave that for administrators. So you can see here, we haven't given regular users permission to do that. In my account, we let people bulk edit items, use email tracking. They can see company statistics. They can add contacts, people and organizations. But there are certain permissions here that we haven't granted. Now, what you can do is maybe you've got different groups of users. Maybe you've got sales managers who we want to give slightly more permission, and then we've got regular salespeople who we want to give fewer permissions to. This is where you can create additional permission sets. So I could create a group called sales managers. And maybe this is going to be, we're going to apply this to all global features. And for now, I'll just duplicate all of our admin permissions. And then I can go in and I can say, right, for this sales managers group, I don't want them to be able to set up new fields or delete them. And then once I'm happy with my permission set and options there, I can then go in and add people to this group. So if I go back to my users page, maybe I want to take Andrew here, and if I edit his access rights, I could move him to the sales managers group. So let's make that change. And now if I go back to our permission sets here, I can see I've got this new sales managers group. I've added Andrew here. And so for this group, or for Andrew, I can give him different permissions to the other regular users in my account. Now, I will just point out here that the number of permission sets you can create depends on the subscription that you have. So if I go to Pipedrive's pricing here, you'll see that for essential and advanced users, you're really just going to have the default, which is you can have an admin group and regular users. If you go on professional, you can have 2 permission sets, or power, you can have up to 10, and then enterprise comes with unlimited permission sets. So that is a look at permission sets, which again is where we can control what do we want to allow users in the account to actually do. And then if we go to the next tab, visibility groups, this is where we can control and customize what do we want to let people see in terms of the leads, deals, people, organizations, or products that we've created in the account. Because there may be contacts or people or organizations where we want some of our users to have access to maybe everyone, and some users we only want to give access to the contacts that they create themselves. So very much like permission sets, we can create different visibility groups where we can control how much visibility to give those users. Now we have the default group here, which is simply when you add a new user to the account, if you don't add them to one of your custom visibility groups, they will be added to this default group. And you can see here, I've actually got no users in this group. I don't use the default group. Instead, I add them to either admin or to our Minaco team group. Now, if I use this Minaco team group as an example, you can see I've got a bunch of our users in here, and you can add new users by clicking from the drop down, and I can move a user from one group to another. On the right-hand side, firstly, if I have the professional plan, I can customize which pipelines do I want to allow users in this group to be able to see. You can see in this case, like sponsorships and speaking and webinars, these are actually old pipelines that I don't use anymore. And so just to make it a bit simpler for my team here, I've just said, you can't see these pipelines, so you can't create a deal on those pipelines by mistake. And then here, we can set the default visibility for a lead, deal, person, organization, or product that is created by one of these people. So for deals, for example, let's say one of these users creates a deal. That deal would be visible to all users. So we can see here down the bottom, everyone in the company would be able to see that deal. So if Andrew creates a deal, Kayla, Liam, etc., they would all be able to see that deal. Compared to in my admin group, I've got the deal visibility as only the item owner's visibility group can see those deals. So other people in my group, so these other admin users, they can see deals that each other create, but this Minaco team, which is a subgroup of the admin team, they wouldn't see deals created by users in the admin group. But the admin group can see deals created by users in the Minaco team group, which is nice. So we can customize the visibility of different objects. You can say deals or people are only either visible to the item owner. So maybe I don't want to show deals to everyone. I maybe want to have it set so that Andrew can see his deals, but he can't see deals that other people are working on because we don't want people taking each other's deals. I can set if I want to let people see deals within their visibility group, or within their visibility group and any subgroups that are attached to their parent group, or again, we can give visibility to everyone. And we can customize those default visibilities for different objects, deals, people, organizations, etc. So again, for these regular users in our account, if anyone creates a deal, person, organization, we can all see those deals and people. Whereas for our admin group, deals and people are always visible to everyone, but I've set deals to only be visible to people within that same group. And again, the number of visibility groups you can create will depend on the subscription you're on. If you have a larger team, you may want to go for the professional or power plan so that you can have 3 or more custom visibility groups. So that's a look at the permission and visibility settings inside of Pipedrive. And if you consider yourself to be the administrator of your account and you're at that stage where you're getting ready to invite additional users to the account, I'd highly recommend just go through those permissions, review the visibility options, and make sure that you're happy with all the settings and what you're giving people in your team the ability to see and do. Okay, let's now have a look at some of the other security features that you can use inside Pipedrive. Now, regardless of which subscription you have, doesn't matter if you're on Essential or all the way up to Enterprise, every Pipedrive user is going to have access to these security features: world-class data storage, user access and device logs. SAML or SSO login. We use this in our organization. We use our Google to log into Pipedrive. So for our team, it's really easy. They just log into their Google account and that's going to give them access to Pipedrive. We also have the ability to set up two-factor authentication, which is what we've done. I always turn this on for every internet account that I have, actually, and we've got you can use an authenticator app like 1Password, and I'll link up here a video I made about how to get started with 1Password. I think that's a great password and authentication app, or you can just get verification links sent to you when you log in, but I would highly recommend turning this on whenever it's available, not just in Pipedrive, but just in general when you set up any kind of account. Pipedrive is also SOC2 compliant and uses 256-bit encryption. And I'll link down in the description below to the page on Pipedrive's website where you can read more about privacy, encryption, and also Pipedrive does take daily backups of your account. So if you ever delete data by mistake or make a big change to your account that you want to undo, you can always contact Pipedrive's support team and they are able to restore your account from backups, which we've had to do with a couple of clients in the past. As I mentioned before, depending on the plan that you're on, will determine how many visibility and permission sets that you can have. Every user gets access to the security dashboard, which is something I'll be coming back and talking you through in a sec. And for now, I just want to just highlight these two features which are available to enterprise customers, is the ability to set up security alerts and rules. So to show you what that looks like, if I come down to the alerts here first, so I'm in company settings and then down in alerts. This is where you can receive notifications for common types of events. Things like if somebody on your team logs in on a new device or from a new location, or if they have 3 failed login attempts, we can receive notifications for those types of security events. I can also choose to get an email if somebody exports data from the account or deletes pipelines, stages, custom fields, or bulk deletes 10 or more deals, people, or organizations. So that's really nice. As the owner or administrator of the account, I can just receive those emails when one of these things happens. We then have, also available to enterprise customers, this rules area. So two-factor authentication is available to everyone, but with rules, I can enforce this. So when and we have done this, as you can see, so when we invite a new user to the account, they have no option, they have to turn on two-factor authentication, which I really like. We can also put rules around people's password strength. So in this case, they have to use a password with lower and uppercase letters, at least one number, and at least a special character with a total of 8 characters. At the moment, we have passwords set to expire never, but we could change this. Maybe we force people to reset their password every 90 days if I like. And we can choose if we want people to reuse their current password or not. Under the advanced rules, you have even more customization options if you want to allow access only for specific IP addresses or at specific times of the day. We can actually turn on and enable those kind of settings in here as well. Now, the final thing I want to show you, which again is something everyone has access to, is this security dashboard. Now, from here, the first thing is it will highlight some really useful high-risk or low-risk issues that you may want to address. So, for example, for me, it's telling me 12 out of my 13 users have the permission to delete deals, activities, or to bulk edit information. So I may want to review and update those permissions. I've got some low-risk suggestions here. So some of our users haven't changed their password in 6 months. I may want to review those settings and have them change their passwords. And again, some of my users have enabled security alerts for the account. Non-issues down here, this is all looking fine. Some users have access to account settings and permission, exporting data, that type of thing, but that's all looking pretty good. So that's a quick thing you can review to just see what are some quick and easy ways that you can improve the security of your account. Also on this security dashboard, firstly on this active devices tab, we can just see which users are logged in and on what devices and in what locations and when did they last log in. So if we just need to check, Are we giving people, are people logging in weird locations? Are we, maybe if we're suspicious of a hack, can we see them logging in a strange location on a device we haven't seen before? So those are the currently active devices. And then we have the device history. So these are the users and what devices they've logged in the last 60 days, if we need to go back in time and sort of review devices that we don't recognize. And finally, really handy, is we have this audit log. And this is where we can see important events, what happened, and who did them. So you can see a lot of these are myself as the main administrator on the account. And I can see things like if I've deleted a permission set, I've moved a user to a new permission set. You can even filter this, so we can look at changes to billing, changes to our data, so I can see if information has been exported or bulk deleted, that type of thing. So again, if you are suspicious of a hack, maybe you're suspicious of somebody on your team, you can go through here and see who's exporting data, who's deleting information, and we can kind of investigate and try and find out what's going on. So that is a little look at some of the security preferences and features that you can play with inside of Pipedrive. Now, security is one of those kind of boring topics that people often don't really think much about until it becomes a problem. My advice, spend 15, 30 minutes now, go through your Pipedrive account and just make sure you're happy with how much permission are we giving to our team and allowing them to do certain things and see certain things in the account, review those security settings, make sure you're happy and there's no obvious ways that people are going to be able to abuse the permission they have. We've had situations in the past where clients have come to us devastated after accidentally deleting custom fields or pipelines or lots of data, or they've even had members of their team go rogue and export data and they've had a data breach. And so it's much easier to spend a little bit of time now to avoid those really devastating situations from happening in the first place and protecting your business and your data and your customers' security. One more time, if you have any questions at the end of this video, feel free to leave me a comment below. Click the link in the description to book a complimentary introductory call with our team if you'd like some one-on-one help with setup or training. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.